today's world, the word reality has taken on several new dimensions. You have virtual reality, augmented reality, and now mixed reality. There are tech giants like Apple, Meta, Microsoft who are going deeper and deeper into this. But did you know that there is a startup in India which has launched mixed reality headsets? And it has a whole huge variety of applications. And that startup is Ajna Lens. And today I'm excited to have this conversation with the co-founder of Ajna Lens, Abhijit. Abhijit, thank you so much for coming all the way here to our studios and joining in.
Thank you so much. Namaskar.
So Abhijit, I really want to start by asking you about the name Ajna Lens because to my mind, it fits so beautifully. Ajna is the sixth chakra as per our yogic philosophy.
Correct.
And that sixth chakra is known as a third eye as well. It's known for, or it's thought about as what gives you intuition, perception, which you probably didn't have before, different kinds of perception.
Sure.
Bringing that into what Ajna Lens stands for and what it does, the futuristic vision of Ajna Lens, is a wonderful collaboration. Can you take us through that?
Surely. So when we wanted to decide the name of company, of course there are multiple options in front of us, but we wanted to understand the roots of Indian value because most of the technologies came from that perspective. So as you rightly said, Ajna is I think by the sixth chakra. Any person who activated his sixth chakra, he is definitely an elevated person in the world. And if you wear our smart glasses or our lenses, definitely you will activate some intelligence or the things you cannot able to see by your real eyes, you can able to see with the help of these lenses.
Yeah.
That's the philosophy behind the name Ajna Lens.
Right. And how does it tie into what Ajna Lens does?
Sorry, can you?
How does that philosophy tie into the vision of Ajna Lens or what Ajna Lens actually does?
Sure. So if you understand the XR community or the VR, you're actually going into the virtual world, you're bringing the digital objects into the real world. So just imagine any kind of things into science or maybe fiction or maybe arts, you can actually bring into the real life. So things you cannot able to see by your real eyes, you're bringing into your life and you're interacting with them.
Yeah.
That's how the philosophy matches with the name Ajna Lens.
Right. So before we get deeper into, Ajna Lens and or the headsets, so the applications, etc., let's break down this virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, and now extended reality, because there's so many variations that it all sort of comes together using AI as we know it today in today's world. So correct me if I'm wrong, virtual reality is what came about first when you had, your glasses that you wore and play video games, etc., entered into another world, so to speak. Augmented reality sort of brings that into the real world. And then you have your mixed reality, which combines both, right? So if you can sort of just break that down for our viewers.
Yeah, surely. I mean, you rightly said the differentiation between AR, VR, and MR. XR is umbrella word for all three of them.
Yes.
Just imagine you want to enjoy the roller coaster life of Magica.
Yeah.
Maybe any other virtual experience which you cannot able to understand, or you want to go into that era and experience the same firsthand. You can go into virtual world and experience those things. We are using beautifully into the industry also. I'll explain more about the industry use cases also. Augmented reality, as I said, you are wearing the glasses. In my real life, I am bringing the virtual worlds, and with my hand gestures, eye gestures, I can able to communicate with them. I can interact with them into that immersive world. That's the AR. Mixed reality is a combination of both. You can switch between the AR and VR as per your wish. So it has a bigger umbrella of applications.
Okay. So the headsets that you have launched, how does it work and what are the applications?
Sure. So before we go into this, why exactly the XR? I mean, what is the use of it? If you want to go more light into this, see, this is nothing but the holographic computers. Okay. If you understand this, then only the applications can easily, could be understood. So, if you've seen the journey of computing on mainframe to desktop to laptop to smartphone, which is a potential computer right now, it is always a 2D screen. On the contrary, we live in 3D life. I mean, I can eat this glass with the palm of my eyes because of 3D understand.
Yes.
Today, we are spending 70% of our time into the digital world, and our digital world is still in 2D. Yes, that's something is a question arises into our mind. we saw a lot of Iron Man movies 10 years back also, and that's what the idea was that why this question, why this problem is there, why our digital ball is not in 3D.
3D.
That time nobody imagined about the holographic computer except few companies who had no products into the market. So we thought 10 years ago, let's build a holographic computer on your eyes. That was very bold decision, very risky also from India. There is no ecosystem, there are no resources. But we have decided to build a holographic computer from India. And that's what we have built eventually. So now if I break down this holographic computer application, we started our journey with the help of B2B or enterprise applications. If you see, we launched our first ER headset, then we launched our AR headset, and now we are selling mixed reality headsets, the combination of both. Enterprises struggle a lot in terms of productivity and efficiency. I mean, just take example of spray painting and welding. If I want to train my employees into spray painting and welding, I have to spend a lot of resources. I mean, it's a very expensive resources. Also, I need to set up a trainer on top of that to teach them how to do the spray painting. But it's very accurate jobs. Welding is very a niche job kind of thing, and it takes 3 to 6 months to become an expert welder into the industry. So we understand this problem. We understood that training or maybe learning and development is the biggest problem. How we can break down this into the virtual world where the SOP is set, a virtual trainer will come in front of you, which is AI assisted, and you can convert all this SOP into the virtual reality. And any trainer will just pick up the actual tools. We can actually track the tools also, so the muscle memory we can able to develop.
Yeah.
And he can do practice spray painting, welding, fitter, any kind of job, multiple types. If you see the other startup, they are into the content development and the software. So from India, we are the only one which is a small company who is coming into this area. For a lot of challenges to fight with the giants, but few differentiation points or maybe few USPs. Our glasses is the world's lightest glasses or headset right now, weighing only 300 to 350 grams, and the next version is much more lower than that. So that is one of the USP. Second is, of course, that can be achieved by multiple ways, which we achieve because of that. The other is we have a diopter lens. People who have specs could not able to enjoy AR VR, so we can adjust your lenses into this. We developed this technology at less than or maybe 5 to 10% of the fraction of the cost. That is one of the biggest achievement, I'll say, and that's how we can do in the future as well. We are likely targeting the areas like training and learning and development education, and soon we are going to consumers. So the area which we are focusing, that's also one of the USP. And if you see, when you are developing the computers, you have to also take care of the privacy issues, and we took that into very systematically by keeping our servers into India. Because see, if you see all the bigger giants who are into the smartphone manufacturing, there's some or the other way taking our data outside India. And yes, they knows everything what I am doing or you are doing right now, and that's what they selling you all the aspects, and this is the future of computers. Definitely my data will again go outside India, and there we need to manufacture these glasses into India to secure our data. So that's what our next USP is coming, right?
Okay. So, Abhijit, let's sort of rewind a little bit and go back to the time when you felt or when you thought about this idea and you said that this is what did it take to say that this is the area where I want to get into, because it's so specialized. At the time when you launched, AI wasn't nowhere close to where it is today. In terms of, that journey when you began Ajna Lens, what was that biggest challenge that you faced at that time to get it off the ground?
Off the ground, okay. To start off with, the first thing was identifying the problem statement, because that is something most important. You cannot just build anything and force into the market. So identified the application of this technology, because that time the consumers were not ready to adopt this technology. So product market fit, I can call it. Fighting with the giants, because slowly we are the first one from India. Probably we thought in the world also nobody thought this kind of idea. There was Oculus, bought by Meta that moment of time. They are the only company into this kind of area, So fighting with these giants, then getting the right team, because if this is happening first time in India, you won't get the experienced people, right? So you have to hire people train them, yeah, and then retain also they would with that fashion. So fortunately, our team is very passionate about this kind of technology and culturally fit into this kind of vision. Uh, uh, ex- uh, I'll say telling our investors how exactly this technology looks like and what are the application is most difficult thing. I mean,
Yeah, what was that like? Because obviously it's a very, very new concept. And as it is, getting investors on board, backing an idea is not the easiest thing in the world. So, what was that strategy or that selling point which made investors say that, okay, this is something we want to back?
surely, I mean, I'll say there were many no's before that first yes into this journey.
Yeah.
Because you see, once you explain this kind of technology 10 years back, people won't imagine that problem. Of course, we have a small MVP kind of thing to explain there, but that is not in a proper shape, you know. Also, if you explain the product also, what is the application of, what is the near-term revenue or go-to-market strategy, and just very difficult to understand on a traditional kind of investors. So it took a lot of efforts to explain them. Fortunately, few people like Japan Vas, Hinji Group, Vijay Shekhar Sharma, Paytm founder. There is a IBI Boot from, which is a government fund, Maharashtra Defense and Aerospace, whatever. They understood the potential. They like the team. They better on the team.
Yeah.
And that's what we got our first.
That's an important part, right? When it comes to investors, a lot of it depends on whether their ability to trust the founders,
Correct.
trust the team.
Correct. And after raising so much fund in the past, I only understand that any investor bet on the team. You know,
Yeah.
so if you can able to prove themselves that you are the right team, you can navigate through this ocean and give a correct product, they will able to invest.
Right. And how long before do you think India is going to catch up to the Western world really in this space?
If you see AR and AI, both are nearly into heads and hands. We are still 2 to 3 years behind China or USA in terms of AR and AR. Two, three things can change this calculation. More and more users of artificial intelligence on AR glasses in the future. As consumers, we need to take this responsibility to use the new technologies as well as we can. But more than that, more and more startups which can able to bring such a technology on the ground.
Right.
Because if we can able to create more and more technology across this ecosystem, we can able to suffice the Indian population, and our data will be in India. The privacy will be intact.
Right. So, the other question that I had is with regard to, of course, there is so much advancement, whether it is in the kind of tech that you're building, AI, and creating that awareness is going to be a big part of what you will have to do. Because even with AI, from what I see right now, there is a lot that AI can do, and we haven't even scratched the surface of how we're using it. And the biggest question that, whenever I have these conversations around AI is people not knowing how to use it. They know that a lot, including myself. I mean, there's a lot of potential that AI has, but how do you actually use it? How do you make it work for you and not just as an experiment? And that's what at least I'm noticing more and more when I go around, just have these conversations. And I feel the same thing is going to be with this kind of newer technology is it's all very fantastic to talk about and watch in action. But when it comes to you personally using it, there is a gap. And that gap, filling that gap with the awareness or with how you can make your life better with it.
Correct.
And not becoming a burden on you, is something that I think would be something you would need to address.
Sure. I mean, let's go one step back. If you see the robotic or automation journey, the robots are more and more humanoid right now. Yeah. And AI is adding life into this. I won't wonder that in the future, all the repetitive tasks, all the monotonous tasks, or maybe customer service, creating the content, all these tasks can be done very easily with the help of AI and robots together, or maybe alone in that sense. Coding is also one of the
Yes.
coding you can easily learn AI. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so robots are becoming more and more humanoid. On the contrary, humans are becoming more and more metallic. I mean, if you see all the tools around me, smartphones, smart rings, smart glasses, we are adapting this technology day by day, dependent on this technology. Plus, we are definitely using metals into our body, prosthetic implants. No wonder few years down the line, some of the humans may put the maybe a AI chip into their brain and then use this kind of acumen to navigate into the future. So humans are becoming more and more metallic or robotic. So someday equilibrium will come where AI will become a humanoid and human will become a metallic, and at that equilibrium, everybody's safe. There is no robot and there is no human. Everybody are the same, and that will be the picture which if you can imagine that once. That's how AI is taking us towards that. On the contrary, as AI is converting all our jobs into the by themselves, I won't think they will replace humans. AI will definitely replace AI will replace humans, but AI with humans will definitely replace AI without humans. Okay. I mean, if you can able to manage this AI properly, if you can able to understand AI and if you can add this into your day-to-day life, as you rightly said, how exactly you can use this AI beautifully into your life, that change everything. Few jobs will definitely go, but that's just a transition phase. But those who learn AI, they will happy about will have that advantage, and then more jobs will create after that.
So newer jobs.
Newer to what is which I cannot able to imagine right now that can able to
So
create.
you're saying it's not really a question of whether AI will take my job. It's a question of whether I'm able to upskill myself in order to integrate AI with what I'm doing so that I can optimize my own efficiency.
Yes, AI plus human will definitely rule the world in the future. And of course, awareness is one of the biggest aspects, as you rightly said. We need to educate our population how to use these tools very effectively. I mean, they are so beautifully designing. They are so smart. Of course, need to. It's a generative AI, so it will develop by day. But they are making your life such so easy. I'm using it, so I can experience it.
So you're saying, you spoke about the chip in the brain that could be a reality going forward, very like a Black Mirror kind of.
Correct.
And in fact, a lot of the advancements that we are seeing today, including these MR headsets and people walking around, all of this has been reflected in Black Mirror. It's one of my favorite shows. But I want to ask you, from all the kind of sci-fi films, shows that are there out there, which one has got it right?
And
Okay.
I mean, it's not a show, but it's a movie.
Yeah.
You can see, no, AR is nothing but I am an only, right? And there are many. And if you see the old movies, all the fictions which we saw into the movies, Hollywood movies, that can easily see into real world right now. AR, AI, robots, yes, that is taking into your home right, anything right now, and you're using into your day-to-day life. So very soon the world will become more and more smarter and more and more efficient. The smartest version of human is coming right now.
Right. Okay, so Abhijit, I want to do a quick rapid fire round with you. So I'll ask you quick questions, and the first kind of thought that comes to your mind. Who do you consider to be your biggest rival?
Rival? All the giants who are into the smart trust, because all of them are like jags, right? I mean, so definitely, though they are giants and they have a lot of resources to navigate to this, but from India, somebody has to take a move, first mover advantage, I'll say, to go into this technology. Otherwise, we will be just an importer of this technology in the future and then dependent on the foreign devices.
Okay. Mixed reality in 2050. Do you think it's going to be utopia or chaos?
Utopia.
What's your favorite sci-fi movie or show?
Many again.
Top three.
Yeah, Black Mirror, because that's what I saw last year, and then I'll say Iron Man. Okay. Yeah, the other okay.
What is one piece of advice that you'd like to give an aspiring entrepreneur, especially somebody who's looking to start something in this field?
Correct. I won't think don't start in this because I'm also. But yeah, in any kind of entrepreneurship, I mean, if you see, don't overthink. Entrepreneurs today overthink a lot. What if this won't happen? No? What if something will happen? Don't overthink. Just go with the flow. Survival is the key, as I rightly said. If you can able to survive, then only you will be successful, or or maybe you can achieve many other feats. Perseverance is one of the biggest aspect. Hard work is one thing, but perseverance is you should not uh, give that more thing. And attach some your entrepreneurship journey with some vision. Yeah. Without vision, you cannot able to wake up with same energy every day. Today is my 11th year, and I wake up every day with same energy, same passion, and that's how driving all three promoters into this journey of entrepreneurship. So attach something with a proper vision. It may be anything. Then only you can able to survive. If you see in this journey of entrepreneurship, it's a lonely journey. So if you feel sometimes lonely, or depression might come also into this picture. You have to just focus on the yourself, what problem you are solving, and from where you started everything. Yeah, I never forget my roots. Yeah, I came from very middle class family, small town guy. I know what struggles I have saw during this entrepreneurship journey. So I never forget that. So attaching this with today's picture, and if you feel low, just attach yourself to the some spiritual activity. That will definitely help you to gain the confidence.
All right. I think on that note, thank you very much, Abhijit. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much, Nushka.